My name is Patty Kronheim, and I'm the campaigns director of the New Jersey League of Conservation Voters. And I am really excited to be here today for what promises just to be an amazing presentation. Here at New Jersey LCV, we represent Democratic, Republican, and independent voters who elect environmentally responsible candidates to state and local offices, advocate for strong environmental policies, and hold our elected officials accountable to safeguard the health of our communities, the beauty of our state, and the strength of our economy. We have a really terrific program for you today. We've got two leading experts here, Dr. Steve Averbush and Andy Krasner, to talk about the intersection that may not always be at the top of mind, but impacts us every day. We're going to discuss the intersection between climate change, air pollution, and health. So first, I want to thank our promotional partners at the New Jersey State Conference of the NJLCV, Rethink Energy New Jersey, and New Jersey Conservation Foundation for helping us to get the word out for this important webinar. So one of our, I see Marcus Sibley is here with us. Marcus is the chairman of the Environmental and Climate Justice Committee, as well as the Communications, Press, and Publicity Committee of the New Jersey State Conference of the NAACP. And Marcus, I'd love for you to say a few words before we start. If you'd like to do that, that would be fantastic. Let me hand it over to Marcus.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, great. Good morning. My name is Marcus Sibley. I bring greetings on behalf of our president, Richard Smith, from New Jersey State Conference NAACP. I'm excited to be here. This is in the line of the work that needs to be done. We need a more informed public so that all of us will be on the front lines fighting against these polluters. All too often, people of color are vilified, ostracized, and ultimately penalized for certain actions and outcomes. Generations of Black people feeling inadequate and disconnected, consequently buying into the narrative created by people who don't even value their lives. Why? Because we have things like pollution. And this is why this is important. So often we have been blamed. Under our watches, the school to prison pipeline has exploded. Infant and Black maternal mortality is outrageous, especially in the state of New Jersey. And so often our communities have been blamed. A finger has been pointed at us as if we've done something wrong. And unfortunately, we've internalized that. But now we're learning that pollution has a direct tie to all of these things that we've been ostracized and penalized for. Our young people getting in trouble. But guess what? There's a tie between air pollution and cognitive abilities, and be able to pay attention in school, able to retain information. All of these things are impacted by pollution. So that's why seminars and webinars like today are very important. I'm very grateful for our health experts that we have on hand. And I'm also grateful for the organizations like Conservation Voters and everyone else involved. Thank you so much for keeping this relevant. We have to keep this relevant. Too many people are dying. And while we're out fighting the police with all this passion, we need to come back in and fight these polluters, because pollution kills more of us than police ever will. So thank you so much for the time. And Patty, thank you for all the work you've always done. Lee, thank you for the great work you guys are doing. And I'm looking forward to learning today. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Marcus, for those really thoughtful remarks. And we're really grateful to have the NAACP joining us today. So thank you.
And it's about ability to get the things you need, like these filters. And Andy, I would love to speak to you about making up like a checklist of things that people who live in densely populated areas need to get. But it's about access. So I just want to say that everyone that's on this call, that's on the Zoom, and you're in this fight for environmental justice, please understand that we also need you in the fight for civil rights, because until Black people have the adequate access and the programs and the public funding are going to Black communities, and we have access to the things that we need, we can't even get in this conversation yet. That's why when you even look at the makeup of this Zoom, it's not a lot of Black people, because it's not on our radar. It won't be on our radar until we start seeing the benefits of it. So we have to be, anytime you see a police shooting, anytime you see unjust housing legislation, anytime you see benefits that are taken or jump in order to receive benefits, we need you to have that same passion, because once Black people and people of color have a solid footing, then they also can be in this conversation as well. I just want to make that known because we need these other fights to have the same passion that environmental justice is getting. So thank you guys for your work. And I left my email inside of the chat. Please contact me because we need all hands on deck for this fight, and we have multiple fights. So thank you guys again.
Absolutely, Marcus. Thank you so much for making that really important point, and we look forward to working with you and having more of these conversations and getting this important message out and being able to actually help real people. Because this is really what we're talking about are real people. They're numbers. We all saw a lot of numbers, but these are real people, real human beings, real New Jerseyans, and we want to make sure that the people being harmed the most get the fastest and quickest relief. And say we save lives. So that's what this is about. So thanks, Marcus. And again, thanks, Andy. Thanks, Stephen, and Tom, and all our sponsors. We're going to be posting this webinar on our website at njlcv.org. You'll be able to get it there. I will also be able to have PDFs of the slide presentations for people who want